Hello, Mandy. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Can I please get your student ID number?
I'm typing it in the chat.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
Thanks for doing that. Is this for TESL 343?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And is it the same homework assignment that you were working on before?
Yes.
And what assignment was that? Was that a paper that you were typing?
Yeah, it's a paper. It's a essay paper.
Okay. I'm going to change the reason from homework to revising, since that's what it is. Okay, we are all set, ready to go. Why don't you go ahead and share your screen with me once you're ready.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yes.
Is this where we left off last time?
The yellow part. Yes.
Yellow part. Got it. Let's see. The questions will also provide the correct answers for the questions for the administrator to correct the student. Oh. Okay. We definitely need to restructure that sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Well, let me try reading it from the beginning of the paragraph just to see if I can gain some context.
Okay.
The test administrator sat with each student individually and asked questions for page 5 related to a supermarket picture on page 6. The test administrator points at the referencing pictures for questions 1, 2, 8, and 10. Okay. Okay. At the beginning of the highlighted sentence,
Yes.
change the word "the" to "these." These questions will also delete the word "will." Oh, no, don't do that. Don't do that. I changed my mind. Delete the word. Delete the words "will" and "also." Both of those.
Okay.
Okay. These questions provide the correct answers. Okay, delete the word "the" between provide and correct. All right, these questions provide correct answers for the questions. These questions provide correct answers. Questions. Administrator, correct student. I don't understand what you're trying to say.
Wait, let me see.
These questions. Oh. I understand. So the exam that you're talking about, it's got an answer key.
So-called, let's see.
And the test administrator can use the answer key to correct the students, right?
What I was referencing was, let me share this tab. It was this part, like for one questions 1, 2, 8, and 10. I was referencing that part for that one.
That last sentence right there?
Yes, and then I think I kind of already mentioned that already.
Yeah, I know. Well, right there, that last sentence, it just says for questions 1, 2, 8, and 10, the administrator would point at the person referenced by the question, but it doesn't say anything about, the exam having an answer key, so that the test administrator has a way to correct the students' exams.
Well, then I was referencing to that first paragraph about the key.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's at the first 4 pages.
Okay.
But like that question 1, 8, and 2, and 10 didn't really have an answer key because it was just pointing at the pictures.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go back to your paper now so that I can give you a better way to say. I'm gonna go ahead and take it to the chat.
Okay.
You know, low learning success. Okay, I'm gonna send it. So go ahead and open up the chat.
Okay.
And you'll be able to see it. It's a much simpler and straightforward way to say that.
To this. Okay.
All right. Okay, do me a favor now and go ahead and read the following paragraph out loud.
Okay. Page 1 for the vocabulary section. The change for this section should be with the picture representation of the cashier. That's because the representation of the cashier was of a pair of hands holding a stash of cash. It didn't show a cash register. and a person behind it handling cash. It wasn't like the bus driver and the plumber where there was a person doing the job representing the words bus driver and plumber. My rating for this section would be a 3 since everything else in this section is correct. It's correct since the pictures match the match the words and are easy to understand. I think the pictures of the hands holding the stash of cash can be confusing when it's supposed to represent a cashier, since the image representing the word cashier is in a cash register and a person behind it handling cash.
Okay. What do you think about that paragraph? What stands out?
It seems like some parts of it don't make sense.
Okay. Can you be specific? Can you highlight one sentence that you want to focus on?
The first 3 of it, maybe.
The first 3? Do you want to combine them?
Yeah, because it somehow seems like the second one and the third sentence is the same idea.
And what about the first one?
And
Is the first one the same idea also?
It mentions about the cashier, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let me have a look at them. See what I can do. On page 1 for the vocabulary section, the change for this section should be with the picture representation of the cashier. That's because the representation of the cashier was of a pair of hands holding a stash of cash. It didn't show a cash register and a person behind it holding cash. Okay. See what you mean?
I can show you the test of that part.
Oh no, you don't have to. You don't have to. I'm just gonna go ahead and start typing something into the chat.
Okay.
I think I can combine all 3. Let's see.
Yes.
I'm gonna put this into the chat and you have a look.
Okay.
There it is. It's in the chat now. It says the picture of a pair of hands holding money on page 1 is confusing and should be changed to a person standing behind a cash register instead.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Does that look okay to you?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay.
So what's next now?
mm, I think with the so-called my rating part one.
Okay, go ahead and highlight it for me.
It's the
That part right there.
yeah. So-called
Okay.
yeah, was the rating it out of 5 and stuff.
Okay. All right, let's see what I can do here. It says my rating for this section would be a 3 since everything else in this section is correct. It's correct since the pictures match the words and are easy to understand. So you want me to combine those two? Because those are two different sentences. Do you want me to combine them?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Let's give it a try. See what I can do. Based on the meeting. Okay. Do you want this from me? I think I'm supposed to be here for my 2:30 meeting. Let me vacate. Sorry. Give me a second, Mindy.
Okay.
I gotta switch rooms here.
Okay.
Okay, so Mandy, about this sentence right here, there's a question I gotta ask you.
Yes.
So it says, or actually you typed that you gave this section 3 points out of a possible 5. And then you go on to say that everything else in this section is correct, and they were correct because the pictures matched the words and were easy to understand. So those are positive things. Okay.
Yes, yes.
But you don't explain why the section lost 2 points. Understand what I'm saying? You just talk about the good things. So when you explain the reason for your score, you also got to explain the reason why you took 2 points away.
Okay.
So instead of typing it in there, why don't you just tell me why that section lost 2 points, and I'll go ahead and add it into the sentence.
Okay. I think it was because with that image and stuff, the other there were 5 images on that section,
Uh-huh.
and then only with number 2, which was the so-called the cashier.
Oh,
The other ones, like
oh,
the other 5 little questions, was like number 3 was shirt. You can tell it's a shirt with a little price tag. Number 5 was shoes, and they had a price tag too, so that
uh-huh.
represented shoes. You can understand it's shoes. Only like I'm not sure if the English learners will really understand what the little hands holding cash will really be like if they're like not like a cash register and then a person standing behind it.
I understand what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Okay.
because the first one was bus driver with a person getting onto the bus and a bus driver right behind the driver's seat. And then
Uh-huh.
for number 4 was plumber, which is like a person fixing the sink in the bathroom.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. They have a
Okay.
representation of those, and that one didn't really have one. It was just hands
Okay.
and the cash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes perfect sense now. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Now I'm gonna go ahead and update this sentence
Hmm.
so that it explains that because that's an important detail to include.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
So, okay, I think I got it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the chat right now. So have a look at it. It says I gave this section a score of 3 out of 5 points because other than the confusing cashier picture, the other ones matched their words and were easy to understand.
Yeah. Okay.
So go ahead and copy that, paste it. Does that look okay to you, by the way?
Hmm.
Okay, so what else about this paragraph do you want to focus on? Else?
Mm, I think that this one, should I delete it or I just remove this part about the picture stuff?
Highlight them. Let me see. Maybe make it a little bit smaller so you can fit all of it into one screen. There you go.
This one,
All of that? Because that's 2 sentences.
yeah, I know. These two sentences about the cashier picture.
Okay, let me have a closer look. I think the picture of the hands holding stashing money can be confused when it's supposed to represent cashier. Since that image represented the word cashier isn't a cash register and a person behind it handling cash. Yeah, you know what? You already talked about that.
Okay, so I should just delete it, right?
Yeah, definitely. Because you're being repetitive.
Okay.
Okay. Is that it for that paragraph, or was there anything else that you think uh, needed to be corrected?
I think maybe the one about for the plumber and bus driver, that sentence, if I need to reword some stuff there.
Okay, go ahead and highlight it. So
I think for this sentence, I might need to add some more to it too.
we have a closer look. It wasn't like the bus driver and plumber where there was a person job represented. Okay. Well, first thing that I want to point out, Mandy,
Yes.
is you got to remember that when you're typing a paper for college, you want to avoid contractions. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very important when you're typing an academic paper.
Okay.
Do you see the contraction?
Yes.
Try to remember that rule, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. It's not like the bus driver, plumber, where there was a person doing a job. Bus driver. Okay, I think I can. Let me type this into the chat. I'll let you know once I'm done.
Okay.
Let's see. Um, okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Here it comes. Okay, go ahead and have a look. It says, on the other hand, the pictures representing the words bus driver and plumber were accurate since they clearly illustrated those occupations.
Yes, okay. Okay,
Got it?
yes.
Okay. And I think that's everything for that paragraph, right?
Yeah, for now, yes, yes. Uh-huh.
Okay. Let's move on to the next paragraph. Go ahead and read it out loud to me once you're ready.
Okay. The grammar on page 1 doesn't need to change because it is easy to understand. It has the same directions, read and match, as the vocabulary section. The only difference with the directions is that it has the additional line for directions where the directions write the letter. My rating for this section is 4 because it is easy to understand the directions and questions. The questions and answers are also short and to the point. In the reading section on page 1, it doesn't need to have any changes made to this section. That's because the story has short lines and the directions are similar to the other 2 sections, vocabulary and grammar on page 1. The questions for this section are short sentences, and you have to answer these questions by circling yes or no. The rating for this section is 3 because of some of the sentence in the question could be confusing to the test takers, since some of the sentences are no sentences that aren't from the story and are total opposite of what's happening in the story.
Eesh, that's a long paragraph.
mm,
Okay, so why don't you go ahead and highlight the sentence that you want to focus on first.
let's do the first 2.
Do you want them to combine into one?
Yeah, because
Okay. Grammar section on page 1 doesn't need to change because it's easy to understand. That is the same section. Okay, I see what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
But before I start correcting it,
Yes.
I see a couple of contractions.
Oh, okay. Mm,
Well done. Okay. Let's see what I can do. Okay, I think I got it now.
Okay.
Sending it to you right now. Go ahead and have a look. So it says, I would not change anything about the grammar section on page 1 since the directions are easy to understand and similar to the vocabulary part.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
I think we have time for one more sentence.
Yes.
Go ahead and pick one.
This one about
So the only difference with the directions is that it has the additional line for directions. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think I got it. I'm gonna go ahead and send it to you. Wait, go ahead and have it. Says the only difference is that the grammar directions have an additional step requiring the test taker to write the correct letter.
okay. Yes.
Does that sound okay?
Yes.
Let's go ahead and make that correction. Got it?
Yes.
All right, Mandy, it's 50 after 2. Go ahead and take note before we left off.
Yes.
Already, go ahead and on next one, and we'll pick up where we left off. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
My pleasure, Mandy. Enjoy the rest of the week, and I will see you soon.
Okay. Bye bye.